Have you ever felt like the English language has this secret code? Well, today we're going to crack it. We're on a linguistic treasure hunt, and believe me, the treasure is hidden in plain sight, right inside the words we use every single day. So let's get started. All right, take a look at this word, acromegaly. Kind of looks like a beast, doesn't it? Like something you'd have to be a doctor to even know how to say. But here's a promise. By the time we're done here, you're going to be able to look at that word and know exactly what it means. No dictionary needed. Because let's be real for a second. Trying to build up your vocabulary by just memorizing word after word from a giant list, it's a losing battle. It's boring, it's frustrating, and honestly, how much of it actually sticks? Not much. But what if there was a cheat code, a secret key? What if instead of memorizing thousands of different words, you could just learn a handful of keys that unlock the meaning of pretty much any complex word you stumble upon? Well, that is exactly what we're about to do. And that secret key? It's the word root. This is the absolute core of a word, the little engine that holds all the essential meaning. The best way to picture it is like a Lego block. It's the basic, fundamental piece that you can use to build almost anything. And just like with Legos, you snap other pieces onto that core block. Most of these big, complicated words are built like a little three-car train. Up front, you've got the prefix. That piece usually gives you direction. In the middle, you have the root. That's our main Lego block, the core meaning. And then at the end, you have the suffix, which tells you the word's job. Is it a thing? Is it an action? What's it doing? So, you ready to learn the code? Let's start with some of the most basic building blocks out there, the prefixes that tell us where everything is going. Okay, our first piece of the code is the prefix ab, which you'll also see as a or abs. Just think of this one as a big arrow pointing away from something. Anytime you see this at the start of a word, it's signaling some kind of distance or separation or just moving away. Let's see it in action. It's pretty cool. If you are absent from class, you are literally away from that place. An abstract idea is one that's been pulled away from a real-world object. And when you avert your gaze, you turn your eyes away. See? Once you get the pattern, you start seeing it absolutely everywhere. All right, let's jump to the back of our little word train and talk about suffixes. These are the pieces that snap on at the end, and they're what really shape a word's job, telling us exactly what kind of thing we're looking at. Now, this is a super powerful one, cracy or crat. This little suffix is all about government, rule, or authority. The second you spot this at the end of a word, you know we're talking about who's in charge. And this is where snapping those Lego blocks together gets really fun. The root demo means people. Slap cracy on the end, and you get democracy, rule by the people. The root auto means self. Add crat, and you get an autocrat, a ruler who has all the power to themself. See that? One tiny suffix unlocks this huge political concept. Suffixes are also amazing at sorting things into categories. Just look at these two. On the left, you've got oid, which just means like or resembling. So a humanoid is something that's like a human. But then on the right, you have oma, and that one has a very specific, very serious medical meaning. A tumor. A carcinoma is a cancerous tumor. A tiny little change in the suffix makes a world of difference, right? Let's do two more real quick. The suffix onym is simple. It means name. So a synonym is a name that means the same thing. Easy enough. Then you have theca, which means a case or container. A bibliotheca is a case for books, which we would just call a library. It's all about naming things and knowing where to put them. Okay, now for what I think is the coolest part. We're going to look at a whole family of roots that are all related to one single idea. In this case, it's the idea of sharpness or being pointed, having a bit of an edge. Check out the subtle differences here. Ac just means sharp or pointed, like an acute angle in math class. Acid is more about a sensory sharpness, like the sour taste of a lemon. And then acre is that really harsh, pungent kind of sharpness, like an acrid, nasty smell. They're all in the same family, but they each have their own unique flavor. Literally. Now, let's take that idea of a sharp point and just aim it straight up. The root acro takes that idea to the extreme. It means the highest point, the height, the summit, the very tip top of something. And this root gives us some really great words. If you have acrophobia, you have a deep fear of heights. Makes sense, right? And what about an acrobat? Well, think about it.
They're performers who do amazing things way up high, often balanced on the tip of their toes. It's all about being at the very peak.
Okay, you've learned some of the code, you've got the building blocks. It is now time to put this all together and see what you can really do. Time for your first official decode. Hey, remember this guy from the beginning? That big, scary word? It probably doesn't look quite so intimidating now, does it? So, are you ready to solve the mystery? What is acromegaly? Let's break it down. It's a puzzle. First, we spot the roots. ACRO plus mega. We just learned that acro means height or tip. And you probably already know that mega means large or huge. So put them together. Large tips. Acromegaly is a medical condition where the extremities, the very tips of your body, like your hands and feet, become abnormally large. Boom. You just decoded a complex medical term. No Google, no dictionary. You did that. And that right there is the whole point. This isn't just a neat party trick. Learning word roots is like getting a superpower for understanding your own language. It changes you from someone who just reads words into someone who can actively decode them. And that's really the big takeaway. This amazing code isn't locked away somewhere. It's right there, waiting for you, in every single thing you read. So the real question isn't what the words mean, it's what words will you decode next.